The wildlife in southern Sudan has been deeply affected by the 21 years of war that ended in 2005. Many firearms are still in the hands of communities living around the protected areas.
The prevalence of firearms, in the hands of the communities. So this has brought a great change. Some of the species has been reduced to the level of the population threshold.
But before that, hunting was normally with spears and arrows, so it was not that really dangerous, and they could kill one or two. But now, they really need to strengthen the law.
They know that there is a law protecting these animals. There is a law protecting such areas which are set aside for conservation of animals. They know, but they still enter deliberately.
The poaching now is much more in greater scale than it used to be during the war.
There is a ban on hunting because after the 21 years war, we would like to know how many species have survived the war.
It is only the migratory species like the white-eared carp, the Mangala gazelle, the grand gazelle that are surviving. The zebra has not been seen now for quite a long time. The number of buffaloes is decreasing. The elephants have decreased so greatly. That was the basic reason why hunting was banned.
And this, they hunt from giraffe downwards, game species. They dry the meat and take the meat, transport the meat on camelbacks or horses and take it to the market. They sell it in the local market. You see, they can sell it in places where there is no presence of wildlife personnel, or they can sell it sometimes at night or secretly, rather, they sell it secretly. These are probably ex-soldiers who have gone and pensioned, and the only way for livelihood is to make poaching a business. This is done by organized poachers, gangs, and they do it for money, And this is not necessarily in other areas which are not protected areas. They even do it within protected areas itself, and this is why we are fighting them. We call them poachers. They may not be able to acquire firearms, ammunition, feed themselves in the bush for a period of months, and for this reason we suspect their operations being financed by well-to-do merchants in big cities, either within the Sudan or from outside.
The poachers get in and they do whatever they want to do. What they do is actually massacre, real massacre of the animals. They get the young, the females, everything. They kill whatever they see, they kill it. So, and they're doing it freely because there are no wildlife personnel there to enforce the law.
And they don't understand, or they don't put into their minds that if they utilize wildlife that way, within a few years' time, they will have nothing to hunt and sell them in. They don't understand that. A simple example, a good population in the town here have chickens. If you have chickens in your house, and a chicken gives you 12 eggs. It lays eggs, and you eat those 12 eggs. Every week you eat 12, you eat 12. What will happen is that the population will not grow, but instead the population which is giving you eggs will die, and then you remain without a chicken or without an egg. This is what we mean by conserving wildlife.
In the law of 2003, they are supposed to see section 72 and section 73. Those sections are the ones that can punish when we get you with a car, with a gun, with everything that you have, without any legal document or permission or licenses. Then you have to be put in this process. And then during the court, after looking at these two sections, you will lose everything. You lose your gun, you lose your meat, be it tusks or skins, you lose all, including the car. It has to be confiscated and handed to the wildlife. This is what the law says. These people who are actually sentenced, all of them are now in prison. They are sentenced to imprisonment. They are there. Regarding this bushmeat, you know, when we are arrested here to have committed an offense, we, the three, are accused. The camera is an exhibit. These bags are exhibits. All are to be taken there. We thought we should do something. We asked our WCS. They were able to give us fuel. So the 2 cars were available, and then they moved. That very day, they arrested 7 poachers with 2 guns, and they were brought back to us in the next day for court proceedings. And these people have been provided already to the court. We are waiting for the hearing when it shall start. The second day, they brought a vehicle of the military, and then 4 soldiers are on board, and then they had 3 arms, and they had actually killed 7 animals which were on the car, still raw. So that was a very good evidence. They were also brought and sent to the court. Now we are waiting for the hearing. Of course, enforcing the law, that is something given, because when you use diplomacy here, people do not understand, and then you need to enforce it by force. That's why there is a wildlife force created just to enforce the law. That is the importance of it. There is nothing really impossible. If we use our brains, everything can be possible. When there are communities residing near the parks, we said they should be a part of our management plans. This wildlife is a national heritage, is a national importance, is of their own heritage for their own children. That is why it has to be wisely managed.
Wildlife is a precious natural resource, and if we lose it, we cannot get it again. We have to protect it, all of us, so that we benefit as a community, not as individuals.
If nothing is done right now, I think it is a matter of only 1 generation and all these animals will be gone.
Wildlife resource is a God's property. You see, we know that God created the environment first, and then after that, He created our grandfather Adam and Eve. Okay, and if He has created the environment before the creation of Adam, then wild animals should have been there. You see, and we Christians or Muslims, we believe that there will be a day of judgment. And if that day of judgment comes, maybe during our time, and we exterminate all our wildlife species. I think before God could ask you about how you conducted your life, may ask, hey, Fraser, before I created your grandfather Adam, I created animals here and I'm not seeing any of them. Where are they? I think I don't know what answer you can give God to that, you see. And probably this is one of the reasons why we protect our wildlife.